Peace, family. Peace. Yo, everyone, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Everyone that just came from Callum's live stream, if you're there, I want to talk about the debate on racism in America and why I feel like it's so hard to actually have that debate. Why it's so hard for Americans, both black and white, to have the debate on race. Um, I feel like they've been trying for a long time and not really getting anywhere. I feel like when it comes to debating race and racism in America, they seem to kind of stumble and get heated, get angry, and excuse me. I feel like it's because of the nuance and the extremism of America. You see, America is a place, right, where both sides, both black and white, can have legitimate arguments. So the reason why I think it's hard is because white people can say, look at black Americans. You guys have millionaires. Okay. You have football players, basketball players, baseball players. You got millionaires. Why are you complaining? Black Americans can say, well, black people are being gunned down by unarmed black people are being gunned down by police officers. There's still racism. White people can say, well, you have loads of opportunity here, right? And you can see, they can point to Oprah, they can point to whoever, Jay-Z, they can point to Puff Daddy, they can point to Tyler Perry, they can point to a load of quote unquote black entertainers and say, what are you complaining about? Then black people can point to Hollywood and say, look, we only got a Black Panther just the other day, we're not accepted. And this is a reason for me why America and the debate on race and racism in America is so harsh, because America is literally a land of extremes. I was thinking about it because I just came back from America and I saw extremes when I was there. And I was like, this is why people can't agree, because everybody's looking at it from a different point of view. They're just looking at it from a whole different point of view. So, you know, it's hard to have that debate. I doubt that when I sat down with Tommy Robinson, and it was quite cool, calm and collected, I don't see that happening in America anytime soon, unless people are when people are actually giving their opinion. You see, I actually gave my opinion. I gave my stance. I gave exactly what I felt about Black people and the need for Black people to stay together, all that kind of stuff. And there was no uproar. Do you get what I mean? And I don't know if America's ready for that. I don't know if America is actually ready for people to actually sit down and have a conversation about race, because everything's just so raw. Like it's like America is like a wound that won't heal. Like the racism in America is like a wound that refuses to heal. Like it's at every like it's always something going in America for the wound to stay open. And I feel like um Comet Airplane says too much looking at the past. But the thing is, Comet Airplane, you don't even have to look at the past to see racism and race in America. You know, you don't even have to. You can look to the present in America. You can look to, the KKK is still actually allowed to be an organization. Do you know what I mean? Like the KKK is actually allowed to be an organization. And then we know what historically the KKK did. So if we know historically that the KKK, are a group of people that hung people from trees and castrated people and bombed churches and all that kind of stuff. Like, how are they still now allowed to exist? Do you get what I'm saying? And so America's wounds of racism, to me, don't seem like they're healing anytime soon. But as soon as you said the racism in America is obvious, in some European countries hidden and just as extreme or maybe even worse. I'm not going to lie and say racism isn't hidden in Europe. Um, that would be stupid of me to say. However, I'm saying people in Europe, it seems, can actually have a conversation to some degree. They can actually have a conversation about race and racism. Americans seem to be very highly emotional. And I'm not saying they shouldn't be. I'm just saying when emotions run high, it's very hard to have a conversation. You know, everyone's been in a heated conversation with somebody and they know that the conversation maybe could have went a little bit better had not both parties been so emotional about what they were saying, you know? So what seems to happen in America is that people get very emotional. So I actually had a conversation with another black guy on the Hangouts call, and he was American, and we were talking about race and racism, and it was a very highly charged and emotional conversation. And I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to have a conversation. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to have. We can agree to disagree, but all of this hyper, aggression or hyper emotion, I don't think so. I don't think it works to actually have a conversation. I believe, I don't believe racism is going to end anytime soon. That's just my personal opinion. However, to at least be able to speak about it and why people feel the way they do and what people feel about race and racism should be at least allowed to be had. It should be something that we can at least speak about. What's the alternative, Sarah Garvey, says Hassan. What do you mean, what's the alternative? Sarah, you shouldn't study about or talk about someone from America. No, I'm not Muslim. Sarah, you shouldn't you study about or talk to someone from America? I have, Farak. I have. And I mean not live, but I have. Um God dwelling. Oh, I don't want to let me leave the trolls alone. Um as in talking about Sarah, maybe a plan in place. I'm not getting you, Hassan. Caleb says, Sarah, I think Russia would be even worse than America. What, in speaking about racism? Maybe. I mean, Russia's a majority white country, very little black people, you know? So maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But the thing is, America's had a history, do you know what I mean, of actually being with black people. You know, Russia's not really had that history occasionally, but not like America's had. So I'm just like, you know, shouldn't Americans at least be at a place where they can at least sit down and have a conversation without getting so emotional and heated? But it doesn't seem like they're ready to do that. It seems like everyone is running on emotion, everyone's running on anger, frustration, and it's just like you guys are not going to get you're not going to get anything. It's just going to literally be a war. And if people are down for war, then I don't know, so be it. But, war should always be the last option in my eyes. Uh, Racism, from what I hear, in Russia, from what I hear, racism is rather open. I've heard the same thing. As a matter of fact, I've heard the same thing. I think you'll find wherever you find a majority of people, um, when a minority come in, you'll see what people really think of them because they're just used to the majority. So I don't disagree with that. I'm sure Russia's probably one of the most racist places, and probably the Eastern Bloc in general of Europe, because they don't seem to interact. Black people don't go over there; it's too cold. I'm not saying black people aren't there, but generally, we're not really trying to migrate, Poland or Russia or anything like that. What's good, Titans TV in the building? Um, is Rajiv's cap racist? No, I don't think so. There will be a law sooner or later that white people can't have babies outside their race. Trust me, that gene that white people is has an expiration date. I don't disagree that I mean, you can go to statistics, August Ransom, and you can find that white people aren't having babies at the rate that other people of color are having. I don't doubt that at all. Whether or not they'll make it law, that will be interesting. If they make it law that you cannot have, babies outside your race, that would be an interesting thing to me. That would be like a last ditch attempt to try and, I guess, preserve your gene pool. You know, but yeah, we all know. I mean, we can look to Europe and we can find statistics saying that Europeans are at what they call minus birth rate, which basically means they're not having enough babies and everyone else is having babies. So, I guess it's on white people to start having babies, like, it's on them. Or, I can't force people to have babies. Um, why is it that a nationalist directly gets labeled as a racist as general exterminate? Um, I think we're used to white nationalism. That's why we've only had one view of nationalism for decades, and that one view of nationalism has been white nationalism. And white nationalism. If we all close our eyes and envision what white nationalism looks like, it's normally Nazis, KKK, lynchings, genocide. It's normally that. If we close our eyes and say, what is nationalism? We only have white nationalism in our heads. We generally think of it as something negative. And so that's why I think people say, oh, you're a racist. And I say, I'm a nationalist myself. But, I'm not trying to commit any of those things. I'm not trying to kill people, lynch people. I'm not trying to do any of that. So, I guess the reason why is because we only have one version of nationalism in our head. Yeah, Ulrich Gottschild. Yeah, I know that Russians have had quite prominent dealings with black people, but I'm just saying, like, my thing is on the scale that America has had. I don't think they have. He said, "Blood, Eastern Bloc ain't so bad. Romania is hard. The people there love blacks." Okay, okay. Um, the alternative to nation is might makes right. Okay. Turks are nationalists, says Hassan. I'm sure they are. Like I've always said, like nationalism, there's actually nothing, in my view, there's nothing wrong with nationalism as long as you're not promoting the disenfranchisement or the hate or, you know, the oppression of another people. I actually don't see the problem with it. I see it as something natural. I don't understand, well, I do understand why people get scared of it. It's because, like I said, because of the what we've been taught about nationalism, you know. Like I said, the Jews practice nationalism, you know. Now we can talk about Israel, but even before the state of Israel, if Jews are practicing nationalism, if we look at Islam, Islam practice nationalism, you know. It's Muslim nationalism. It's Muslim over everything. It's literally Islam over everything. And, you know, but the only thing I said, the thing that doesn't make sense there is that it's Islam over everything and everyone else gets hate. You know what I'm saying? So we don't like kafirs and we don't like non-believers and all this kind of stuff. And that is where you find people have a problem with it. Like I said, you can be a nationalist and say you love your people and you love everything about this without actually hating other people. You can still see the humanity in other people. Like as a nationalist, I still see the humanity in someone else. Like, I don't think of anybody as less than a human being to me because I'm a nationalist. No, doesn't make sense for me. Um, Nation of Islam says BNS. What about the Nation of Islam? Um, Sorry, my thing's playing up. Trying to read. Um, yeah, but I suppose it could be incorrect because religion and nationalism shouldn't be mixed. Well, there's a famous quote that religion is a deification of a people's culture. Okay. Dr. John Henrik Clark. I believe it was Dr. John Henrik Clark or Dr. Ben, one of them, that said religion is a deification of a people's culture, which basically means religion is the basically the upholdment of a culture that was there previously, that has been basically entangled and intertwined with culture and made into what we now know as religion. Okay, so yeah, I would say that religion and nationalism can be intertwined. They can be. You see nationalism, tribalism, pack mentality in every animal that lives in social structure is perfectly natural. Yeah, except we're not, like pack animals to that degree. We actually have a more consciousness or a more conscious mind. So what we should be trying to do is even though we understand our quote unquote pack mentality, which I do, I understand the reason that the human beings generally want to be around human beings that look like them or share the same culture or share the same thought processes. I understand that. However, we're more conscious, so we should understand that it's not about hate. I'm just saying. Um, there's a lot of ignorant comments above, says Brutalist Muslim. Yeah, well. Yeah, well. So yeah, that's why I kind of feel like America is not ready to have the debate. Like if you sat maybe a white person down and a black person down, it'd probably end in like a shouting match. You'd probably end in a shouting match and people getting heated and emotional. And I'm not even saying people don't have the right to be emotional. I'm just saying, like I said, if you're coming into if you're coming into a conversation emotional, you're not gonna get your desired outcome. I'm just saying you're not gonna get the desired outcome. Um, if black people separate from white people here in the US, they would fall. Black communities become more successful. Oh, and then that went down. Chat's going kind of fast. Um, Black communities become more successful than whites. They usually found ways to either bomb or burn them down. Melissa, I'm guessing you're talking about the Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. Um, there have been instances where blacks have separated in America. But this is a thing. I've always said if any people separate themselves from another group, it doesn't matter whether black or white. Like, look what the Chinese did. The Chinese just separated themselves from the world and just became, insular in themselves. And they became quite successful. Like most people or most societies that just deal with themselves or their people flourish. When they stop flourishing, it's generally when an invading force comes. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's not even just black or white, it's the whole of humanity. People flourish, when you like, and flourish is also subjective because, some people live differently from others. So you can look at, tribes in the Amazon rainforest who were quote unquote flourishing until Spanish people came there, and started invading and that kind of stuff. So, people generally flourish when separated from other groups of people who don't share the same cultural or ideological ways as them. So that's my take on that. What are you guys saying? Do you watch Tommy Sotomayor? I think I've stopped watching Tommy Sotomayor, to be honest. Um, I think Tommy Sotomayor does a lot of things just for sensationalism. I also think maybe he's psychologically impaired because of past, you know, experiences. So it's like having a conversation, or when he speaks, though he may speak some stuff that may make sense and may speak some stuff that's sensationalist, I think is coming from a point of sensationalism and also, coming from a place of hurt. So that's just my personal view. Do you watch Jesse Patterson? I've seen a couple of things by Jesse Patterson. The same. I don't know what. Like I said, I was talking to one of my brothers today, and we were saying that being able to separate a person from ideology or things that they say is key in gaining understanding. So there may be some things that Jesse Lee Patterson says that I may agree with, but I can separate that from him as a person. Not particularly calling him as I don't particularly like him as a person. I don't. However, if he says something that resonates with me, I can't deny it. I can't say, "Oh, I'm not going to listen because Jesse Patterson says it." If it's the truth, it's the truth. Same thing I said to somebody before. Like if Hitler told you the sky was blue, are you not going to listen to him because it's Hitler? It's a factual statement. So regardless of how you may feel about the man, right? The statement was factual, and that's what happens with me. I learned to try and separate people from ideologies or stuff that they say. I cannot like a person, but the thing is, what I've noticed, I guess, with me is essentially is people don't separate me. Well, a lot of people, religious people generally, don't separate me from the stuff that I say. So they can say, "Oh, I don't like Sarah," and it doesn't matter. Oh, Sarah, I don't like him. It's like, yeah, but has Sarah said anything that's factual? I said a lot of things that's factual. However, they don't like me. And it's like, well, just because you're not able to separate doesn't mean you like me. I don't need to be liked by you. But if I'm saying something factual or something that makes sense and resonates with you, then you got to roll with it, man. Um, Sorry, they don't like you. They hate you. All right, fair enough. The ad hominem fallacy stuff. Okay. What cares is what true and what isn't. What does that mean? Truth will not be quelled, says John McDermott. How you doing, John? A lot of racist people on here. Um, um, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I think a lot of people do hide racism. I think a lot of people do hide their racism very well. Um, However, like I said, somebody was talking about Tan today and what happened at Speaker's Corner. And, oh, Sarah, are you going to condemn Tan? And what do you think about Tan? What are you going to say? I'm like, it's one individual saying the word nigger over and over and over again. What do you want me to do? Lose sleep over that? It's like, I can't lose sleep over one man saying the word nigger over and over again. I'll be losing sleep every day. Like I'll be literally losing sleep every day. Like, what do you want me to do? Like I don't know what you want me to. I'm literally working on a new project right now with Adoink and Big Bro, and it's going to be so good. Like, I don't want to hype it, but it's going to be good. Like we've been working on it for a while, probably be out. I don't even want to give it a time frame, but we're working on it. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like I've actually got shit to do. I've actually got stuff to do. I'm not going to focus on one man. I don't condone him saying the word nigger over and over and over and over again. No. But what do you want me to do? Go down there and start saying, Tan, you shouldn't say that. Listen, I told people from a long time ago, Tan is a troll. I said, Tan is a great troll, an intelligent one, but he's a troll nonetheless. Well, that's what he's doing. He's trolling. I'm saying, cool. And I said to people, taking this man seriously, that's down to you. That's actually down to you. Like you can take him with a pinch of salt or you can take him seriously. The bottom line is, I ain't losing no sleep over time tonight. I'm gonna sleep good because I got shit to do tomorrow. Do you know what I'm saying? I've actually got shit to do tomorrow. So I can't. I don't care really. Like I don't condone it, but it's not something that I'm gonna lose sleep over. Looking forward to a new project. Yeah, I don't even want to say too much about it, man. Um, I don't want to say too much about it. Just when it comes, it comes, and you guys need to support it as well. Actually, I need your support. I need your support with this one. Um, dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Well, you know how I do. Someone say, you know how me and a doink do. You know, when we get together, what it's like. So, he's the visual genius, man. So, and just so happens to be my best friend of 20 years. So that's also a good thing. I'm just gonna say on a side note, going into business with like your best friend can be challenging, but essentially, if the love and respect is there for one another, it'll be a great experience, guys. I'm just letting you know. Um, what we saying? I'm trying to read. Sarah Garvey, do you hate white people in general? Says Arrow. Why do you think I would hate white people in general? Um, a doink. What's his name? His name's a doink to you, okay? But to me, I know his name. But it's a doink to you. Um, Sarah, do you hate Muslims in general? Now you ask if I hate white people, if I hate Muslims. I don't do hate. Hate is a very negative emotion to carry around with you on a day-to-day basis. You know, I'm not like the Muslims that Speakers Corner. We hate you for the sake of Allah. It's like, bro, like seriously, like you got time to be carrying around all that energy. I ain't. I ain't got time to be carrying around all of that negative energy, man. Like you guys can do what you want with that. I got stuff to do. You know. Do you know that kind of energy will weigh on you and eat you up and make you do stuff and make you lose sleep? I ain't got time. Like listen, I'm the better side of 40 years old. Okay. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I've got children to support. I ain't got time for all this nonsense. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't got time for all this nonsense, bro. Um, what is in everyone called? Oh, okay, so Ultra Funky says your project with Big Bro and Dyke is going to be fire, but if I was involved, it would be. It's going to be fire regardless, bro. No, I'm not 40 yet. Garrett saying I'm not 40 yet. I'm not. I said I'm the good side of 40, which means the earlier side of 40. Dean James says Sarah does not hate white people. I've met him more than one occasion down the speaker's corner and never felt any hate. Okay, cool. Bro, you look 29. I know, man. I look young. As they say, the black doesn't crack, you know? It's all this melanin. And I just came back from holiday. So I've just been in the Caribbean for like 10, 11 days. So I got a lot of sun. So will probably look younger. Um, Dave wants to would like to learn more about your belief system. It's a secret. It's a secret. Rage. You're talking about something that happened a very long time ago, my friend. It's so funny when you get people that have. I'm not disrespecting you, Rage, but it's funny when you get people that like get into Speaker's Corner, like videos quite late, like, and they start talking to you about stuff that happened like 2 years ago, and I'm like, that wasn't the other day. That was like 2 years ago. If you look when the video was uploaded, you'd see exactly when that happened. But I think a lot of people are getting on the Speaker's Corner wave right now, and they're watching a lot of videos. And I guess a lot of my videos pop up, and yeah, they watch them thinking that it's literally like the other day, or maybe last week, or maybe last month. It's like a lot of them was like a long time ago. Um, there's someone in your chat that seems to be liking snakes. Yeah, I know. I don't know. City peeps. Sarah is Allah gay. Allah is the creation of human beings. That's all I got to say about that. All gods are, in my opinion. In my opinion, all gods are the creation of human beings. So, you know, do with that what you will, take that how you want, be offended if you want. Neil Dallas says, white man facts don't care about your feelings. Okay. I would just say facts don't care about feelings. Um, Big Valley just landed. I would agree that romanticizing black culture is keeping the reality of progressing it abstract. In that case, what do you think? What Public Enemy would have said? Don't believe the hype. Yeah, I don't think it's good to romanticize any culture. I think there's good and bad in all cultures. I think there's good and bad in all people. So you're going to get good and bad in a culture, and to think that, like I said, I don't romanticize even the country of China, which is becoming like a superpower. There's good and bad within it. So to romanticize about it doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Sorry. Um, Tan is a heroic comedy genius. I told you Tan was trolling from day one, guys. I don't know why you guys think that. I don't know. I mean, people get so emotionally invested in people. I said, I've only been emotionally invested. I would only say once down at Speaker's Corner. And everyone knows when that was, when people were threatening me. So, I got emotionally invested. But apart from that, um, I don't really get emotionally invested. Like, I say what I have to say, and then I peace out, man. A lot of people, this is their life, though, you know. So he's not racist, Sarah. Well, he said some racist shit, didn't he? So I'm guessing, I'm guessing. Um, Afghanistan. Afghanistan, you will find shit all over the street, and it's common for men to marry children. Compare that with our culture. So, if that's true, if you find shit all over the street and men marry, well, we know, some men do marry children within Islam. Um, if it's not compatible with your culture, you don't need to take it on. You really don't need to take it on. Daniel Wesley, have I read Black Athena? I've watched the lecture on Black Athena. I haven't actually read the book. I didn't visit Grenada, King Devon Phillips. I didn't. Am I going to visit them next? No, because I booked another one, but I'm not going there either. Sorry, but I'm sure Grenada is a lovely, lovely island. Um, he's not racist. I'm black and I was with him. I'm guessing they say. What do you think of nowadays music, by the way? Something that culture, I just personally think it sucks in general. I don't listen to like modern music. The only modern, I guess, the only when it comes to music, I'm a J. Cole fan. Um, I listen to some UK artists, but generally the stuff that comes out of America is trash, in my opinion. I don't know what I listen to a lot of old school stuff. Listen, I still got CDs, guys. Yeah, that's how old I am. So I take my CDs out and I listen to my CDs. Yeah, because this modern day music is garbage, garbage. Um, Akala, obviously in it. Akala's not bad, man. I do like Akala. I actually bought Akala's first double album that he done with his sister called. Still got it on CD. I still listen to it. What was it called? Done it with Miss Dynamite. And there was loads of artists on there. I forget it, but I know the tracks off there anyway. Um, no UK drill, wagwan. No, I don't really listen to UK drill. I don't really listen to dipping people and chefing guys and all of that. I ain't got time, man. It's too violent for me. It's too negative, man. You have to watch the energy that you're taking in. You definitely got to watch the energy that you're taking in. Everyone gets in that mode at some point in time to listen to the music that they're vibrating on. But I can't listen to it for too long. Can't listen to it for too long. But I am a grime kid though, so I do listen to a lot of grime. I grew up on grime, so I've got my favorite grime artists. So you know, Rich LK says Gets is my top grime artist. Not gonna lie to you, man. Skepta's all right. Skepta's okay, guys. Let's talk about the effect of colonialism in Africa and former colonies. Oh, that's a good one. What do you want to talk about? Colonialism, colonialism in Africa has had a big effect on the way Africa is today, whether that be colonization from Europeans or from Arabia. So it still has the effects today. I think the new colonization is a Chinese colonization. They're doing it a little bit smarter than the rest of the world done it, but I still think it's being done. There's 141 people watching, 32 likes. Come on, family. Like the thing. Like the thing. Colorism seems to be a very big issue within the UK. Thoughts, says free. Sorry, my thing went out. Free. Yeah, it does seem to be. It's not a big thing in the UK. It's a big thing wherever you find darker skinned people that have come in contact with lighter skinned people and have been dominated by them. It's not even just in the UK. It's a prevailing thought process within Africa. It's a prevailing thought process within India. It's a prevailing thought process within the Caribbean. And the lighter is whiter. The lighter is writer, or the brighter is writer type psychology exists within all of those places. It exists within wherever you find darker skinned people that have come into contact with lighter skinned people and been dominated by them. So yeah, I don't. Will I think it will end anytime soon? No. I hope it does. However, we are what Black people are going to need are people of a darker shade who have it very prevalent within the community. They're going to have to give positive images of their darkness, and say it's actually okay to be yourself. It's okay to be your dark self. It's okay to be it. And you don't need to bleach your skin. Why are you petrified of Tawhid? Says, I swear, people think. I've noticed that. I'm guessing that's a Muslim or just a troll. I notice that people deal in fear and hate a lot. Like those are a lot of those are words that come out of the mouth of people, especially Muslims. It's just ridiculous. Like fear I'm guessing the reason why fear and hate comes out of your mouth so much is because that's what your ideology is steeped in. Is steeped in fear and hate. So you assume that everyone lives off the same psychology, and they don't. I don't fear anyone. I don't hate anyone. Everyone's a human being. To fear another human being would just be silly, because they're just like you. So it's not fear at all. I want to put my energy into things that are going to be prosperous for me. That's not prosperous. So it's a bit silly to say I feared someone who I actually went down to have a physical altercation with. Do you know what I'm saying? That's when I realize people aren't actually thinking about what they're saying. They're not thinking about what they're just dealing from, I don't know, either trolling or emotion or some bullshit like that. What do you think of gang and their efforts for Black betterment? Says one wipe. I think I commend them. I commend them. Black betterment for me is something that is close to my heart. So I commend them. Um, Life is a series of stepping stones. Now that's some philosophical shit. Okay. Um, you're the one who came down with your goons. Okay, mate. Do you believe Muhammad is blacker than you? Well, I just come back off a very sunny holiday, so no, he's definitely not blacker than me. As a matter of fact, I think he's got vitiligo, so he's probably like the least black one at Speaker's Corner, I believe. Um, oh well, Mo Al. Boring. All right, if it's boring, no one's asked you to be here, bro. Go that away, bro. We need more black male role models. I agree. I agree. Black empowerment, and you're sitting down with Tommy Robinson. See, this is the thing. You're letting again, you're not separating people from ideologies or thoughts and feelings. I haven't got time for somebody who can't see it. So, you know. Do you think he would have become Muslim if not for state oppression without constant armed military presence? Oh, it's someone else. Okay. Mo Al. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like this is why I'm. This is a very interesting thing that you just said there, Mo Al. Come on, Sarah. Talk about Islam. I'm not used to this, and you're a Muslim, so it's like you want to be able to be in a position to dislike someone. So it's like somebody. It's I'm saying it's like hate and dislike and negative stuff is actually part of your diet. So you want it to feed off, and I'm not feeding you. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you want to feed off something, go somewhere else. If you want to feed off that negative BS, literally just go somewhere else, bro. You know? Um, this is a Sarah I wanted triggered one. No one's triggered, bro. I'm just saying, like, I'm not your food. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not your food. And I know you deal in negative energy. I've been around enough of you to gauge your negative energy. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting that you guys talk about shaitan so much. And to me, metaphorically, shaitan or Satan is just negative energy. And a lot of you guys exude and portray that negative energy a lot. So you guys are literally the walking, talking shaitan to me. Yeah. Are you jealous that more black girls are finding Pakistani men irresistible? If that's what's happening, so be it. But I don't know it. I don't know that to be happening, but okay. Your thoughts on Julius Malema, United Africa and supported fam in Americas and UK Caribbean? It's a Pan African way of life. It's a Pan African way of thought. I support Pan Africanism. I do. I support Pan Africanism. People may not like Julius and say, "Oh my God, this is going in South Africa." Da, 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 da. And I said before, South Africa is literally a reactionary state. Like I said, I can step back from South Africa because I'm not a part of that whole. Sorry, that whole thing that's going on there, and be like, that was bound to happen. It's like when you see two guys fighting, or you see two guys coming together, and you're like, I can see what's going to happen. I can see it. I can already foresee it. And you just got to step back and let the shit happen because there's nothing you can do about it. That's what I feel like with South Africa. I feel like what's happening over there was just bound to happen. I do. I really do think it was just bound to happen. All right. Okay. How can I be successful, bro? Anything goes. Successful. How can you be successful? You first got to believe in yourself. Believe in what you're doing. I would say belief in yourself and belief in what you're doing will be the essential part. Um, Sarah, the Notting Hill Carnival black girl showing their cleavage was not appropriate, and a lot of beer. Not appropriate for you, I guess. Haroon, I know that wouldn't have happened in Saudi Arabia. That wouldn't happen in Saudi Arabia, but you know, I guess what's interesting is that you know I haven't got time for anybody being taken a moral high road because um, we can see that Pakistan has the highest searches for gay porn, in the Arab or in the Muslim world and all this kind of stuff, and you can say like, you guys don't have a moral high ground. You just don't, because what seems to, for me, it seems to be because you're so repressed. Okay, your stuff just comes out crazy, you know. So you can say, "Oh, look at those women! They're shaking their asses on the street and their cleavage is out." And I'll be like, "All right, cool, but we can show that within the Muslim world, you guys are searching gay porn. All right, cool, but those women are the ones who are morally wrong. Like you don't have a moral high ground, bro. You just don't. So I just think, just chill. You know, just chill." Heinsberg, is marriage important to you in your opinion? Yes, marriage is very important to me in my opinion. Um, why? Because marriage is not just about love, it's about legacy, it's about contracts, it's about business, it's about understanding that you're going to go into business with a person who you are literally going to either leave everything to, or you're going to invest in making children with. I think marriage is very important. But it doesn't have to, like I say, it doesn't have to be, okay, let me clarify, it doesn't have to be in the religious sense. It can just be, oh, if you have a life partner and you have the benefits of this life partner, right? It is very important. It's very important. Jerry Berry says, you don't believe in religion. No, I don't. England compared to Holland is a decent country. My wife is my life, says Dwayne Dibley. There you go. And you should be her. So you two have entered into a contract together, right? To actually do this for life. You're like, you two need to invest in one another and do the best thing you need to do for one another and for the unit that you're building. It's fantastic. I'm all about that. Victor Wren says, do you believe in spirituality? Yes, I'm a spiritual person. I have my own spiritual experiences. And yeah, I do. I am a spiritual person. Is Islamic marriage good? He says, no, I don't know. It's up to you. Yeah, marriage is marriage, man. If you're taking a woman and you're doing the same stuff, I don't see why not. What are your thoughts on the rise of nationalism and alt-right organizations within the Western world? You see, Gage, I actually spoke about this earlier on. It depends what type of nationalism you're talking about. I'm not going to lie to you. If it's a nationalism in view to hate other people or downgrade other people or oppress other people, then I'm not for it. I'm not for it whatsoever. What if you adopted a child? Why are you propagating your genes important? I believe carrying on your genes is important. That's good. It's so funny you ask that. Everything on the planet is doing the same thing. Like every living thing on the planet is actually doing the same thing. It's having sex to survive and plant its seed. Even the plants are doing it, right? Even the birds, the bees, the sharks in the sea, the bird, the whatever, the butterflies. Everything on this planet is doing the same thing. Planting its seed to survive into the future and leave its legacy. Human beings are absolutely no different. Trying to read your comments now. Religion is man-made, centered around culture. I agree. So, do you think it's possible to be a moderate Muslim? I don't know. It's like semi-skimmed Islam. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible. Do you know what I mean? It just seems full fat to me. Don't know if there's a semi-skimmed Islam out there. And if it is, then other Muslims will say, oh, you're not really a Muslim. So it's like, I don't know, even amongst themselves, they don't know what a moderate is or all this stuff. They've got so much infighting going on that I just, really and truly, I want to just leave them to it. But, they just keep getting involved in people's shit. So, essentially, I don't know if there's such thing as a moderate Muslim. Is there such thing as a liberal Muslim? Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I guess Majid Nawaz tries to be. I mean, he actually wants reform for Islam. I just say good luck with that, mate. I say good luck with that. I don't know if it can be reformed. You see, with Christianity, I'm not a Christian either, and I'm not into Christianity, but at least it attempted to reform itself, because I think people generally understand that the one thing that is inevitable in this life is change. That is one of the things that is inevitable, and to try and stop that, you're only going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt yourself in the long run. I think if you try to stop change, um, you know, I think things need to change. And if they don't, and if you're trying to hold on to something that's going to change, you're going to hurt yourself. Do steroids improve facial features? Random question. Good. You guys are funny. Have any Muslims actually drank camel piss? I don't know. You'd have to ask them. You'd have to ask them. But I ain't drinking no piss from no camel. I'm not drinking piss from myself. The only piss you could probably convince me to drink is my own one. In a dire situation where I'm stranded in the desert and there's no water. And even then I'm like, ugh, ugh. Well, a camel's one. God damn. You can't convince me of that. You can't convince me of that. Good. Oh, James SC says, Sarah, does your having chat's moving too fast. Sarah, does having nationalist love for your people inevitably lead to discrimination and tension and conflict against other people if they're living in the same place? Not for me, it doesn't. And I think the reason for me is because I've lived among all types of people. That's just me. I can speak from my personal experience. I don't think it does. And plus, my quote unquote nationalism says that you should at least 15% of your population should be of other, quote unquote, because you kind of need to understand how other people live. I think totally shutting yourself off I'm not saying all the time, but it can lead to, ill feelings towards other people, etc., etc. But I don't think it has to. I don't. I think if you loved yourself and I love myself and we have a conversation about how much we love ourselves, I don't see why that should be a bad thing. I don't see why. I do think I think white people are scared because of the history that they have with nationalism, are scared to say, yeah, I love white people. People are gonna look at you like, what did he just say? Because, people that have said that in the past have done some real fucked up shit. Like Hitler, like Hitler, slavery. I don't know, like colonialism. So yeah, I know that white people may love their country and they may love their people, and they're like scared to say, I actually love white people. They're scared to say it. So it's like, you know, I don't think they should be scared to say it, but I understand why they're scared to say it. And as soon as they do say it, they're gonna have a lot of fucking questions. They're gonna have a lot of fucking questions. But you know what? I can't do that. I'm sorry, I can't change that. Sorry, there's nothing I can do to change that. It's just the way in the world in which we live. You know. Um, what are we saying? Sarah, are you Nigerian? No, my parents are from Jamo, as Nigerians would call us. Um, yeah, we're Jamaican, my parents. What is a spirit, Sarah? I've got a couple in the cupboard. Whiskey, rum, uh, brandy. Those are spirits, Ezra. And I like those. As a matter of fact, I could go and get myself one now. Have a little nightcap. What are we saying? What do you think of Sheikh Tajama? Sharia for UK. Brandy for the nightcap. I've seen some big back Jamaican gal still. Okay. Can be too much spirits though. You should really investigate Dutch culture because they've been involved in colonialism as well. It's quite intense. Yeah, I know. The Dutch went. I mean, the Dutch went to South Africa, of course. Of course. Achilles 97 says, "Are you gay?" No, I'm not gay. Did you complete school? Oh, Go Lab Media. Okay, he's not talking to me. Uh, Sharia for everyone. I don't think so. Sarah, does consciousness ever die? That's the question, you see. That's the question. Does consciousness ever die? It's a fantastic question. I don't think it does. But then I can't substantiate that. Do you get what I'm saying? That would literally be a belief. But it's a fantastic question, though. One of those ones you go into friggin' string theory and, quantum mechanics and, those are the kind of things that I love to study. Those are the kind of stuff that makes your brain fundamental consciousness doesn't. Okay, Heinsberg, okay. You can teach me, man. I'm there to be taught. Don't worry about it. So many people are ignorant that gay actually means feeling happy. True, essentially. Frightening question, says Telescope. Reality emerges from pure consciousness. Heinsberg, this isn't going to be a conversation you're going to be able to type out in the comment section, mate. I'm telling you, this is a deep conversation, bro. Deep one. Does consciousness even exist? Says Run From Your Wife. You just typed, didn't you? You just typed Run From Your Wife. That was conscious. Why do you follow Kemeticism when you're Jamaican? First of all, I don't follow Kemeticism. I don't know what the hell Kemeticism is. People just keep making up words. I'm not gonna lie. They just keep making up words, man. Highway says Sarah is a triple threat, confident, intellectual, strong, and handsome too. Well, ain't that a nice statement, eh? Thank you very much. Quadruple threat. What? Thank you very much. Gola, have you seen like a different guy from the Hangouts? Okay. Mohammed says, not handsome. Okay. Fine. You don't need to see me as handsome, bro. I'm okay with that. Thank you, Dr. Killer Martin in the building. Kemeticism. Exactly. I don't know what the hell Kemeticism is. I don't know what it is. Trolls fall back. Is Islam racist in your opinion, says Padre? I will say this. Essentially, the founder of Islam, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, according to the hadith, was a white man who owned black people as slaves. So if he was a white man who owned black people as slaves, and then you're going to ask me, is Islam racist? I would say at its core, it shows racism. That's just me. That's just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Sarah, you're wrong. Well, that would be my name spelled wrong, and that would be your spelled wrong. So I would think that you're wrong right now, Jerry Berry. But you can get right though. You can spell my name right and then spell your right, which is YOU''RE. Then you'll be right. Sarah for James Bond. Let's start the campaign. Nah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right, mate. Guys, I'm gonna roll off this in a minute though. I'll give you guys 10 more minutes. I'm gonna roll out at 10 o'clock. Gotta be up early. Gotta be up early. Gotta, people want drugs early in the morning, so I've got to be up early for these druggies. Mohammed was an Irish redhead. You seem very knowledgeable, says Parabas123. Thank you. I do try. I have read. I've got like a big bookshelf to the right. I know you can't see it, but I've got quite a few books in there. I am a well-read individual to some degree, to some degree. So I am well-read, which does give you, I guess, more perspective on the world, It does give you perspective on the world when you actually, read and try and not just read, but go and experience the world as well. So, yeah, you should try and experience the world and find different cultures. I'm into anthropology, so I like to kind of see what, different cultures do, how their psychology ticks, all this stuff. Why did Africans never invent the wheel? What? Oh, mate. What? Who do you think had the first wheel then? It actually makes my skin crawl if I was an ex-Hindu. What kind of random statement is that, bro? Do you still play records? No, I don't have any records. Sarah, what would be the word? Nope. No one knows who invented the wheel. That's very true, but the first people on the planet, I guess, would have invented it, I'm guessing. Adoik Vision just went up in the building. He just came up in the building. Never too late to get your value straight. That's right. That's right, Adoink. Tell them. Listen, bro, we could actually make a whole show about our own private jokes and people would not get not one of them. But we would be laughing our heads off. Oh, listen, big up Adoink, man. That visual genius right there. Visual genius right there. This guy's gonna direct a movie one day. I'm telling you, it's probably gonna be a movie that I wrote. Oh, did I say too much? But yeah, no, you're gonna direct a movie one day, bro. Trust me. Are you going back to Caribbean again? I am. I'm going back next year. I am Sarah Jamaican following North African teachings, said Jerry Berry. No, I'm an African following African teachings, Jerry Berry. I'm sure you can work that one out. I'm sure you don't need me to help you out with that one. I'm an African following African teachings. Peace, brother. So topic is great. They don't want to leave the conversation looking for remorse. They can't seem to find it. Them books need to be returned to the fiction department. I guess like all the religious books. You know, why are there no African American billionaires? So Oprah and Michael Jordan aren't African American. Okay, I guess not. I guess not. Romy Thomason says, please debate hijab one more time. Nah, I think it's all been said of hijab, if I'm totally honest. You know, it's all been said, man. They ain't billionaires. Okay, if you say so. If you say so, mate. Block somebody's back was Muslims. No, Big Bad John. I want you all to see what they're like. So you guys understand that I'm not talking shit all the time. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, sometimes you need to let the troll be. So if somebody speaks about a troll, you'll be like, I know exactly what he's talking about. Not if you hide them, people think this guy's paranoid. You know, he's paranoid. What's he talking about? But if you let them expose themselves, you're like, yeah, those people. We've seen them. We've seen them all the time. Why are there no old builders in Africa? So Adam's calendar, Nabda Playa, Pyramids of Giza. I don't think you're very smart. You're talking to a learned individual. Right now, if you go into your Google search engine, you can type in Adam's calendar. What you'll find is a 75,000-year-old calendar in South Africa. Then you can type in Nabta Playa, which is Nabta Playa, and you will find another old calendar in Nubia, which is about 11,000 years old. You can talk to me. Then you can talk to me. But until then, I don't want to hear your bullshit. Okay? I don't want to hear your bullshit. Because you're just talking nonsense. And I just think you're a hater now. I don't know what your name is, Rich to 75. I just think you're an idiot now. You know, I think you just see this is a type of things you need to do as an individual who's learned. You need to have stuff on the top of your head. So when people try and throw shit at you, you're like, gotcha, bitch. You're not gonna get me with that. Gotcha, motherfucker. So, you know, I've got stuff just here, and I've got stuff here, and this head, I know it's round and Malteser like and shiny, but it actually, you know, it's got a good brain in there, you know, and it remembers stuff. So you can't come to me and talk nonsense to me about African structures or Africans not having civilization, because you're talking to somebody who literally studied African civilizations. So it's like, bro, you ain't gonna pull that shit on me. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying. Are you an EDL member? I'm guessing more low IQ individuals in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Africa has no wooden houses. Anyway, I'm not giving you any more time. Sarah, do you write? Says your brother. I do indeed. I write quite a lot. African structures is a don't vision, you know. Yeah, I do. I've written quite a few films, as a matter of fact, in my acting days. I actually sold a film. I actually sold a film a few years back to a Hollywood production company. So yeah, I write. I do write, and I'm not finished writing, as a matter of fact. Book on the horizon. I would write an autobiography. Not now, though. I would write an autobiography, but not now. You know, there's too much to do. I've got so much to do. I've got so many chapters left to write in that autobiography that I would not write one now. But, you know, eventually I'll definitely write one. Eventually. I've got a lot to do, man. What's happened to Gary Google? Gary Google's working, man. Gary Google is working hard, even though his name's not Gary Google. His name is Gary. But yeah, he's working hard. He's working hard. But fam, I've got like 4 minutes left. Throw one more question at me. Let me answer it. Boxing or MMA? Boxing. Boxing all day long. Floyd Mayweather fan. Over here. I haven't seen Ben. I forget. I always mispronounce the name. Ben Shapiro on Black Culture America. I haven't seen it. Boxing, easy. Gary is training for MMA. Would I visit Suriname? Yeah, I've got a couple of friends from Suriname actually. Do people want another vidcast? Listen, bro, we're working on some stuff, man. Doing Vision's in the building now. Like he's my videographer. You know what I'm saying? He might give something away. I don't know. He might do. He might not. I don't know. I don't know. Guns or no guns? No guns. Edgar Davids from Suriname. True. As humans, we've been integrated into the universe, but we are already fathers. Our fathers are aliens. It could be. You've been watching Prometheus, though. I do like that film. But you've probably been watching Prometheus. What I miss, Larry, bro. What you miss is that I got 2 minutes left, bro. Are you characters over everything? No, but I think it's actually quite a funny channel. I'm not characters over everything though. I ain't got time for all that. When I put in time to do something like content on a channel, it's going to be a Doink Vision standard. Okay. So do you believe in aliens? Yes, I do. Sarah, what weight do you bench? I bench enough. I bench enough. We beg of you. Huh? Sarah, stop talking about Islam and see the viewers drop. When was the last time I spoke about Islam? I'm just saying. I mean, I was asked questions about it, but I'm not making like, big videos on Islam. Islam's dead, man. Just like the rest of religion. Like religion's gonna be left behind in the future, bro. Like, trust me. People are getting more and more information about the universe, how stuff works. Religion is going to be left. I tell you what's not going to be left though. Human beings asking the question of how and why the universe is and how everything came to be. That's not going to change. However, the religious stuff, the Abrahamic religious stuff, yeah, it's going to get left behind. It's not forward thinking enough. It's left in the dark ages. You're talking about, just try to say people about like drinking camel's piss and all this kind of shit. Like you guys, you're going to get left behind. It's going to get left behind. I've already been to Haiti, Caleb. You're just going to get left behind, bro. I'm just saying. So, all right. Islam will destroy your pride. Oh, good. Yeah. I think the greedy ones are here now to get some negativity. Scientology or Islam, neither of them. Scientology's got some real out there stuff as well, man. Scientology's a mad ideology as well. I ain't got time for that shit. He's got time for Scientology. Oh, God. People are weird. I said I visited Haiti already. I visited Haiti in 2015. I was in Haiti. Right. I think it's time for me to go, family. almost got tricked into Scientology by an Eastern European woman. Oh gosh, that's funny. That is funny. Um, you should try Skegness. It's beautiful. I'm all right. I'm all right, mate. But yeah, listen, family. Thank you for dropping by. You know, I hope you were entertained. You guys should have had a drink. I swear I didn't offer you any drinks. You know what I'm saying? But you should have bring your own. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to feed all of you. But yeah, family, I will catch you on the other side. And as I always say, repeat after me. Peace, family. Peace.